in ancient time, we have to go far away, like the in the Tibetan students suffer from Tibet to India to get the special teachings. So their kindness, we have now the teachings and everything. So we are just live in the world with peace, love, and enjoy. Try to always watch yourself, and not just blaming them. All those who are doing terrible things, those are not something other our own mother beings who are really under the control of the ignorant, anger, pride, suffering. They don't understand. So but if you blame them, it's not going to solve the problem. We just send our good wishes, our love, and learn ourselves to stay calm like the ocean. Then we can help the world little bit. Okay, maybe Rinpoche can speak better his English in a long time. I forget my English now.
Sounding good, Rinpoche.
Yeah. Yes.
Palden Sangay Rinpoche La. Shall we start with some prayer? We have some prayers, short prayer to set them up. Janet, can you put the prayers up on the screen, please? Rinpoche, please, if you can lead us.
Okay. Shall I start in Tibetan?
Sure, please.
And the first two times we read in Tibetan, and the last time we will recite together in English.
Yeah. Re.
Okay.
Re.
Sangye cheda soge chonam na chancho bardo dani gyapso che dagi jinso gebe sonama ge tola benje sangye chubara sho sangye cheda soge chonama la chancho bardo dani gyapso che dagi jinso gebe sonama ge Tola benjire sangye chubara sho. Now let us all recite together in the English version. In the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha, under enlightened, I seek refuge. Through merits from giving and less,
to aid all,
may I become
Buddha.
Yes. Okay. Semje tamje dewa da devi gyu da tempera gyuch. Semje tamje dungala mebi dewa da minte vara gyuchi. Semje tamje nire chada devi danyo. Semje tamje dungala mebi dewa da minte vara gyuchi. Semje tamje nire chada nida devi danyum la nebara gyuchi. May all sentient beings have happiness and its causes. May all sentient beings be free of suffering and its causes. May all sentient beings be parted from sorrowless bliss. May all sentient beings abide in equanimity, free from attachment. Okay. according to agenda, let me see, check. I see 5 minutes for the meditation session. So, Tenzin Dasel,
La.
would you like to follow as an agenda or?
No, I think it's okay. We can skip the meditation because we have you and Rinpoche live, and I think we can just take our motivation, as Khenzo Rinpoche said it, and listen now to the teaching. I think better to use the time with you.
Okay. First of all, I would like to express my heartily greetings for the new year for every one of you. And for me, it's really pleasure and be a privilege to be part of the Tashi Gatsel. And I would like to say thank you so much for this special occasion. At the same time for the new year, and the place where I participating here is the we called Budkaya, where everyone knows the most and the most sacred place for the all the Buddhism followers, because and and the one thing I want to say that in front of our most respected the Khen Rinpoche, I feel quite nervous and little bit hesitate to talk and to talk Dhamma talk in front of him. So therefore, firstly, I would like to beg for your patience if I was quite nervous and is there any mistakes? Okay, and so okay, then as Rinpoche already explained how to set the proper motivation before receiving the teachings, this one we always consider motivating yourself before teaching and before whatever we do. The days, each day, the start each day before doing your schedule, if we set proper motivation, then this motivation leads everything to be success. So without setting an intention for the sake of yourself and for the sake of other beings, then it's very difficult to succeed in all the interiors. What you have put effort, everything, what you talk with other, what you interact with people, what you do, your daily activities. So, in the Buddhism, we really considered setting motivation is the essence for the everything. So, as Khenzo Rinpoche already mentioned about how to set the motivation, while you're receiving some Dhamma talk. So, as I taught from the year, I feel very honored because this is the New Year event, and also that the place of here, why we call the Buddha is a very sacred place, as everyone knows where the Buddha attained his enlightenment, and not enlightenment, and where he taught the first teaching. Not I'm not mean about the three will of Dharma, but after since he has attained enlightenment, he taught a few words at this place, and uh, after his enlightenment, there are a number of great scholars, Indian masters, both Indian and other country masters have been visiting this place, and so this place is very blessed. So then the Buddha, the first time he taught here is that there are lots of religions in the world, and the the Buddha's religious is what you call Buddhist, right? Buddhist religious is a quite different from other religions. We do respect for all the religions, and but the difference between is Buddha mentioned you are your own teacher, you are your own enemy. So therefore, if you cannot tame your own mind, subdue your own mind, there's no way to be achieve the lasting happiness. So no, and we don't. Buddha was not God. He was the same as the human being who has been through a lot of sufferings, like birth, aging, and disease, painful. He overcome all of these, and he has been through like other human beings like us we do, right? So so he found the way to attain the ultimate enlightenment and what we call lasting happiness, and the way to achieve the elimination of all the negativities, all the obscurations, all the mental defilements. So if he could overcome all of these miseries, then there is a way for us that he shown to us to achieve what he achieved, right? So what Buddhist is willing to get, and right, so we are willing to get happiness and the liberate. We wanted to be liberated from the suffering. So this we called, after achieving the elimination of suffering, we called nirvana. So to achieve the nirvana, we have to practice the combination of compassion and the wisdom understanding of emptiness. Without these two knowledge, then there is no way to achieve the enlightenment. So therefore, so you have to understand the true nature of the suffering and the true nature of the suffering or the samsara. So therefore, if once we realize the true nature of all the existence, all the phenomenon, then we can understand the ignorance. The ignorance means the wrong point of view of ourself or the other non-self, not other our beings or non-beings. So once we understand that wrong view, what we call deluded mind, is the root of all the sufferings, and then also the deluded mind, what we will call that ignorance, it arises, and the ignorance causes to arise all the negativities like anger, like desire, attachment, or like and hatred and jealous and all the things. So now we can ask, is there any way to subdue or to against the methods against towards these negativity stores, right? So therefore, if we can apply that mentioned compassion and altruism and wisdom of emptiness, then these are the antidote for these negativities. So, I want to give an example. Once we realize the suffering of life, we supposed to avoid the causes of this suffering. If once if you know, once we touch the boiling water, then everyone knows, once we touch the boiling water, it hurts our finger and our once we touch it. So no one is going to touch our finger for the hot boiling water and the fire and the burn, right? Because we know, once we touch our finger for the boiling water and the firing is the fire, then we get hurt. Therefore, we avoid touching this surface or the surface and everything. So, but these are the just simple suffering. But the actual what we have to liberate the suffering is a very compound and a very immense suffering. But still, we wanted to be rid of the suffering, but still we always chase, we always go and we always collect the causes for the suffering. This is like a contradiction, right? So now we are we are willing or we are eager to achieve the everlasting happiness. So without avoiding which is the root of suffering, then we cannot achieve the that nirvana or the Buddhahood or enlightenment, happiness in your life. Therefore, it's very crucial to avoid thing. So then, how to avoid it, right? How to avoid negativities? So in the notice, they said about the mind training transformation and how to transform the sufferings. So every I can believe all the teachings of the Buddha is more relevant for the mind training or the how to overcome the suffering and how to transform the suffering. So, but yeah, all the suffering. Then I told that the wrong view or the deluded mind, which is we called ignorance, is the root of the suffering. The wrong, why I called this the wrong point of view, right? So there are 100% people believes and wanted to be happy. But I can say that 98% among of everyone believe in that happiness comes from the external matters, external existence. But also we refuge to the God. Why we refuge the God? Overcome and to give us blessings, not only blessings, to the blessings to rid of the suffering, to succeed our to succeed what we wanted, right? But we don't think that. So therefore, everyone try to be educated, and after that, we try to get a good position and a good reputation and a good name, and these are all we considered the source of happiness. But when you feel suffering, when you are unhappy, right? If I ask question, then probably because of dissatisfied or not satisfied or everything, then we've got suffering and more wanted to be something like that. So still, even though you get a good position, you get a good wealth, no having financial problem, everything, do you still have, can you say there's no suffering? Can you believe there's no suffering? No one can, they're still insufficient, right? You don't, even though you have a good position, you still not get a happiness, happy life, right? So instead of happy, you get more jealous, and you are afraid of losing those reputations, those possessions, right? These are just because of your own dissatisfaction cause of. Once you have to be appreciate at the moment what you have, right? So once you hunger, then once you get something food, you are how you feel about it. Just imagine as like that. Once the weather is cold, and if you have something to wear something to wear, then how you satisfy it, how you appreciate about the moment when you wear the warm clothes, right? So you have to be on the practice of like the way we suffer on the cold weather, or the you are being on the hunger like this, then this so then the once, if you don't develop your inner knowledge about the interdependent origination or the interbeing connections, then this you cannot tame your ignorance. To subdue, or to remove your selfish or the use ignorance, or the like that, sometimes to improve your that view of emptiness is the more important. So there's a one poetry that says, once the bees, the bees, honey bees, are destroyed, then the world will be destroyed. Right? There's because everything is interconnected. So like what we say, so even a single of the leaf, the tree leaf, is dependent on the everything. So like that, no, so I have no time to describe details about the interdependent, but if for giving an example, okay, what is the best way to give an example? Okay, so okay, right now I'm in front of one page and like that paper, right? So once we deeply see into a paper, we can see the for all the elements on this paper, right? So without this, to get this paper, it comes from the tree, right? The tree comes from the sunshine, and the sunshine is from the sky, and also it depends on the rainfall. Without clouds, there's no rainfall, right? Also, also we can look in deeply, then we can see the people who cut the tree, right? Also, it's dependent on the me, and so so like this screen, so we all have different perspective on this way, but without this same object or the same existence, there's nothing, there's no we all now we cannot use it as a together right now as we do. So they are all dependent, all are dependent. There are nothing independent or the interesting existence in whatever we see so far, right? So then not only that, then we also have selfish, and we believe that your own self is very independent and very interesting. You believe like in this way. I don't mean that we don't know Dhamma, right? We mean we are very familiar to Dhamma, and you have been receiving a lot of vast and profound teaching from different great masters, including our most respected Rinpoche and His Holiness the Dalai Lama, and all the many other scholars. But you, without applying these spiritual practices in your daily life, then sometimes we forget it. So I am just here to, how can I say that, to remind you, okay? So sometimes we forgot about yourself and what is the source of your cause of yourself, and we sometimes we forget you are dependent on your other five accurate five, like your feelings, your perceptions, your bodies, and your consciousness, and everything. You have to depend on all of your these five accurate what accurate
Aggregates.
yes
Aggregates.
yeah, five aggregates. So you have to so we can so so we always believe that you are the Buddha says you are your own. That doesn't mean you are the independent, right? The Buddha says you are your own teacher and your own guidance. Means you have all the powers, or you can change yourself. You can. No one can pressure to change yourself, right? So you have to be you have to be change yourself, means without changing your mind, you cannot change yourself. So change your mind means that now that your mind is being very diluted, which is you always considered you are being independent, and you are not dependent on the other beings or the other paths or the other natural environment and extra extra, right? So then once you are able to involve or develop the understanding of this dependent, not only for even though for the your neighbors, your neighborhoods, your kids, don't just think they are only dependent on you. No, you also are dependent on them, right? Because things may change. So right now, once we are very having a good and a life or the lectures of life, then sometimes we forget about how we rely on the others. So this is the importance of how we should practice the interdependent origination, right? So we see a lot of difficulties. We see a lot of problems. We don't see happiness by yourself. We always blame to others as your problem creator, right? So because we see only difficult when we have a only diluted mind, but we see a happiness or we see there are no difficulties, more sufferings when your mind is not being diluted. So this is the we called the way to the against towards these negativities, right? So then in the further sessions in the next few, then I will go deeply into the interdependent origination or like that. So so now I wanted to talk a little bit about the how to say that emptiness or no that impermanence. Okay, so I mentioned that all the things is going to be is changing, and we see recently the happening in this world. I don't have to give you details. The wars, right, and the earthquake last night in Japan. How many innocent people, like not only adults, like child, women, adults, how many been killed because by the wars and that earthquake, and also financial crisis and environmental college, or there are lots of destructions all around the world. But these all destructions are and a lot of afflictions are just caused by the ego or the lack of the humanity, right? His Holiness Dalai Lama always mentioned that humanity or we have to feel and consider all the equanimity around all the sentient, all the beings, all the human beings, around the world. So, yeah, because of our self-attachment, how you cherish yourself, you have to cherish others as you cherish for yourself. So, as I mentioned at the first time, all the 100% in everyone in this world wanted to be happy like you do, but because of your selfish and your self-centered, your self-attachment, therefore you ignore others. And then once you ignore others, then how there's no possible to love others? You don't these are the contradiction. These are the contradiction. So the love is the best antidote for the for the anger or the hatred. Once you cultivate the loving kindness towards your towards your neutral people or the enemy or like that, then you can reduce. It helps to reduce your anger and everything. So you should cultivate loving kindness towards all the beings, and you have to put a sustain or the more potentially effort to improve the sense of humanity and the love for all the other sentient beings. So because we are dependent on them, and they are not always the same, going to be same. So I for my experience for last 5 months when I was in the States, I experienced a huge difference between the custom or the habits between the Western and the Tibetan, how they treat their family, how they treat their parents, how they treat neighborhood, and how they feel independent. They never believe to the neighborhood. They never call for assist. They never call for get assist from the neighbor and the childhood. So because even though if they are the siblings, they don't have good relationship. They don't have, because of this the parents were very depressed, depressed and full of anxiety. Therefore, some of my friends told me their parents were committed bad things to society because of their children, right? So since we here are practicing compassion and the loving kindness, if you cannot cultivate this sense of humanity and loving kindness for your parents or for your neighborhood, then how it can be expand for all the world, all the people, and for your enemy. So first, you really have to put, we all, including myself, I know myself, or I know myself. So and I am not good at being good at humanity and good at practice, but we all have to put effort together to develop the peace in the world. To get peace in the world, then we have to avoid the criticism, each one, and instead, then also we have to develop the sense of humanity. So I think this is the most thing. So once we can develop your inner peace, and once you can subdue or eliminate the selfish, then you easily can transform all your sufferings. So Buddha some people ask me, when the Buddhist teachers teach, they always teach the suffering, and they don't teach the nirvana, and they don't teach about the happiness and everything. But Buddha, when Buddha turned the wheel of first Dharma, he taught the Four Noble Truths. The first of Four Noble Truths is the noble of suffering. He told that suffering is a part of the noble, right? So, so suffering should be taught, and uh, we know the suffering, but we don't know what suffering is suffering, what the exact suffering. Right? Buddha didn't mention about he's describing suffering. The suffering is that he mentioned all the component things as a part of suffering, but we ordinary people believe these are the part of happiness. We only believe the suffering once we get something, headache, stomach ache, and once we satisfied, then we only believe this is the kind of suffering. Buddha didn't mean the suffering is only part of some sort of this suffering. He mentioned all the component, all the things caused by our deluded mind, or all the right. They are all sufferings. So we have to have to improve the knowledge about the suffering and how to transform these things. Okay, then these causes and the conditions are able to be changed, changeable. So our nature mind is, we call sometimes Buddha nature mind. We call is we all have seed of the Buddha nature within yourself. So the negativities thoughts are just as a temporary. Once we have these are just imprinted for yourself. Then since all the causes and conditions are impermanent, then all of your sense of selfish and the sense of ignorance are also be impermanent, and there is a way to eliminate all of these sufferings, and through that way then you can achieve the happiness. So that is the I talked a little bit about the cultivation, how the importance of the cultivation of loving kindness, and it should be coexist with the understanding of interdependent origination. Okay, so now time is about to up. That's also now I am going to give 10 minutes for Q&A session, or we can start for meditation if you would like.
I think Q&A is good. If people have questions, it's a great opportunity.
Yeah. And Khen Rinpoche would like to give the kind words. I will hand over this to Rinpoche.
Thank you, Rinpoche. Palden Sangay.
Okay, now you got all the information from Rinpoche, from suffering to enlightenment. So the main, the important is for us what causing us to circle in samsara? The ignorance. The beginning of ignorance is the main cause of suffering. For instance, for ourselves under the control of the emotion. Now, emotions are under the control of the ability emotion. They are under the control of the ignorance. The main principle of the cause of the problem in the ignorance. Ignorance have good qualities, you know. When you apply into doubt, ignorance never ever come back. That's his qualities. All the problems, anger, jealousy, pride, doubt, all of you applied into doubt, they never come back. Not like our ordinary our the human, okay, the enemy. Our enemy, for go for something we defeat, they go away, then later they build up bigger, society come back. But this ignorance, ability, emotion, when you apply the, antidote, never ever come back. This is the good quality. So while anyway, this is Rinpoche talks about the pub aggregate. Now, usually I tell you have to apply two things. One, introspection, mindfulness, and introspection, mindfulness and introspection. Always keep it. Watch your own mind. Don't judge others, judge ourselves. No, as I told Shanti Deva said, you cannot change the world. You can just change yourself. He used the example that cover the world. We don't have enough time, even enough leather. If you instead you have shoes, nice shoes, comfortable, warm, comfortable, so you doesn't bother. Therefore, John, what could there? Another now talk about how I thought this is very important. What makes the different Buddhist and non-Buddhist? That refugee we talk about. What is the cause of refugee? There are two causes. One is suffering, another is belief. Your suffering cause like if you don't have the suffering, then suffering you don't want. So you have to relieve. You have to apply then who can help to relieve all the suffering. Therefore, then the Buddha who can help to show path. Buddha cannot give take away our problem by his hand. He cannot wash our problem with water. Then how Buddha can help us? He can show this path to her to free himself. So we have to follow like a doctor. What does doctor mean? Doctor just show them, examine your problem. He cannot take away your problem. He cannot watch with his machine takes away. So how he gives the prescription? The prescription, then you have to go to the doctor, buy the medicine. The actual cure the disease is medicine. The medicine. Here the teachings. The teaching really cured. Then that, of course, you are too weak to take the medicine, which is morning, evening, and 2 weeks. Then you need the nurses. Nurses knew it is your morning, honey. This is morning your medicine. Take it now, and later, so you don't feel uncomfortable. So you can stay calm, just follow next advice. That makes the patient very comfortable and happy. So therefore, one is in the beginning we started that taking a refuge. There are two Sangye Chotan Soke Rinpoche started Sangye Chotan Soke Chonamala Sangju Pardu Dan Kepsu Che. What they cost about then they are to take out the Tirijul, the Buddha Dharma Sangha. Lagi Jinso give Tonam give Dola Panja Sangye, it has the extend your altruism, the demand mind. Okay, that's when taking refuge that Buddhist, non-Buddhist, depend upon who's really believe and also the Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. We have three, and the other tradition only have creator God. We don't believe creator God. Buddha himself, being many times our mother, our enemy, before he become enlightenment. He become our friend, but he is good, intelligent. He learned how to taking care of himself. He reached enlightenment. Now open for him to walk all the world, with Dalai Lama. And Dalai Lama, born in the small village in eastern part of Tibet, and then he come to in central Tibet, and he learned there's learn there's teaching. Now he become universal teacher. Everyone love him. Why? Because he is practicing everyday loving kindness, compassion, and without distinguish and wishing between rich, poor, old, young, handsome, ugly. You could look at her all even equally. So that's why then the people love him. So therefore, we have to learn the same way. Stay calm and love. Don't make discrimination. Everyone needed as much you can share your love. You can share, but don't complain. Don't blame. There are two. We have two aims for us according to in Buddhism. One is the smallest part. You can take try to be born as a high status like a human being, you may God, and stay away from the animal hungry with helping. The second position, that's another second level. We call the middle vehicle. There, that's being human beings in the mega God temporarily, eventually can be born again in the here. So therefore have to be get out from the samsara or cyclic existence, looking himself or herself free from suffering of cyclic existence. That's the aim. Then later comes the great vehicle. You be a good student, good child. When you're free, you are not just thinking, you think you reflect your parents, how important. They're similar. And then when you get there, then according to the material vehicle, they enjoy their freedom. No more they are coming under the control of the ability, emotion, action. They are free. But then get vehicles. There is not enough. I'm free. My all beings are my mother beings, who are suffering under the control of suffering changing, suffering of pervasive conditioning. Therefore, today I have this opportunity to help them. So therefore, you have to know those who have enough strength, show them how to be born as a human being. The leisure opportunity to talk to it, no? Then those who are getting little, this is then in the middle, free yourself. This is not you are really your parents raise you, bring in the world, bring with peace, loving kindness. Now ignore them, that's not good. So therefore, have to work to get out and sometimes try to get rich enlightenment for the sake of all sentient beings. This is our main. Therefore, Lagi Jinso give us Lola Panji Sangay Rinpoche by how can become enlightened, how can accumulate virtue, generosity, so forth. There's 6 perfection. By this, then you have to reach enlightenment. There are 2. One, method and wisdom. There's Sangye Chosoma are there. Part of them, method, and the last one, wisdom. The wisdom and the method like wings, are like a bird to fly in the space, in the sky. Both wings need strong. One wing is strong, one is not enough. Like the Hiniana, we call the Theravadas, other two, those who reach there, knew very well emptiness, exactly, but they're missing their great compassion. Those who have Buddhists or who really have great compassion, but missing the emptiness and wisdom, they are not. So therefore, in order to go up to enlightenment, both wings at the fly in the sky, need both wings strong. And similarly, we have to learn both wings and method and wisdom together. We can, then you can run Bodhisattva, we run on the Bodhisattva horse and use the compassion and the wings, then you fly. So that's it. Have to go enlightenment. Therefore, now I'm going to stop. Maybe Rinpoche can talk more, but important your friend, family, all of them don't feel I cannot do. One of them, we knew, but we do not following, not practicing. Not mean we don't know. We know. Killing is not good, we know. Stealing is not good, we know. Sexual misconduct is not good, we know. But we ignore them, following that. Therefore, have to be enough. We learn, then have to follow. Therefore, Tsongkhapa said, first he very details, he learn all the subject, everything. Then in the middle, he tried to contemplate, put in practice. Then eventually he practiced it. Then there's all virtues he gained. Then he dedicated for the benefit of all sentient beings. That's where we have to learn. Always for us important. Pride is we are not noticing. We always have the pride hiding in him. Where the ego hiding, do you know? Hiding under the in the heart. With the circumstances, pop out. Something gets, I like it. Something bad, I don't like it. That's coming the ego. That ego, until you are not able to destroy, you never ever have chances to free yourself on the awesome being. Therefore, always keep in your mind more calm, relaxed, and concern, try to at least not even you do not know exactly bodhicitta, altruistic mind, how to imagine somebody you can love somebody. And we started there, no? You are friend, you love, then love. The same love you share, you are stranger. The same love, then you stranger, in the friend you love, then you are the lesser enemy. Then slowly the real get the big enemy. So that's why you have to learn how to extend compassion, not just without pride, without me, without, that's they always come to me. Now, even we in the teaching that they give up their worldly concern, very difficult, even those who are spending time in the meditation center, close the windows, close the door, lock the door, no one seeing, but then the depth of the heart thinking, oh, the villagers may be thinking, I'm a great practitioner, oh, good person. So that expectation have to give up. This is the danger for us. Always, if blessing doesn't matter. Blessing you get doesn't get there. Blaming it doesn't cause you to go fall in hell jam. Just as the world, ego, ego. The ego, like everything like ego. So therefore, the world really you want to stay away from the samsara cycle existence. You have to change our own mind. And always live with peace, love. Always consider any enemy, anger, enemy, neutral being, or friend, or whoever, just feel my motherhood. Those who are suffering, those who are under the control of anger, those who are under the control of pride, those who are under the control of ignorance. How can now I don't have any choice myself under the control of ego so therefore only I can do today. I will pray wish to Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, please help me. So that's it. You just step by step, don't jump up, step by step. You said one way is, if you know what you have been for this lifetime, okay, then there's what you have been now for this, look at your present life. Now, if you want to know what will be happen in the future, then he said, check your mind. You're good, you're doing very well, of course your future very good. And now, if you're bad, and of course your future not very good. Therefore, always lui dang sim gin na ka yang da yang do ta za de ko na always judge your mind what you thinking, always judge your speech what you talking, always judge your body what you acting. That's it. Just two. Yeah, one way comfortable with just 3 doors, I can say, and to close. 1, 3 doors close, 3 doors open. This is not what is bad, it really was the body, speech, mind. Then body, physically torture, that body close. That's what speech making uncomfortable, that's one stop. Then what the mind was thinking, everything, that's one stop. So then just keep open. And respect other, love other, acting, then good for yourself, for all sentient beings. That's why I thought maybe very good. And this always was reside refuge important Buddhist, non-Buddhist, not Sangha. Buddhist not depend upon taking refuge to the ritual. The ritual that not mean don't disrespectful others. Always is on the arms. We have to respect all of them. Everyone talking there now something peace, love, compassion, but then it's not like a Buddhist more detailed, more deep, more concern, put all the sentient on the past to help them. One way, another way is remember me. Don't feel if you are suffering, if you have problem, that's good for us. And the Deva said, the problem, sufferings are like a vacuum cleaner. Then you can make the your room very, use the vacuum cleaner, your room very clean and cozy. Then you spend out good. Therefore, in this, there are no suffering, no peace, no suffering, no enlightenment. Okay, so the suffering good, suffering qualities as I told earlier. Suffering you use the antidote, go away, never ever come back. And not like the ordinary enemy. Ordinary enemy, you compete today, then later they build up, they come back again. What happened now? Here, small country they try to get in 1 week now is almost years not able to conquer. So that is the way it doesn't work in the weapon, doesn't work in the anger, not working in the justice, change the love, having compassion. That's where they learn how to live in the one with peace, love, compassion, and always keep other beings are under your compassion, under your love, under your awareness. Okay, thank you. Too much to do that. Yes.
Thank you so much to Khenzo Rinpoche. Now you have the earbuds, but you can tell him we are so appreciative of his precious, precious teaching.
Okay.
And I don't know if anyone had any question or answer. We're a little bit over time, so we don't want to hold you up. But if anybody had any question, now would be the time to ask while we have some good answers in front of us, people who can help us, beings that can help us. Are there any questions?
Genla, I would have a question if I can go first. First of all, I want to say hello to the two Rinpoches. Thank you so much for your wisdom. It's coming right through across the mountains and the oceans. And thank you for Genla and Tashi Gatsel for making this happen. Blessings you all. My question and curiosity has to do with how the Western world is thinking about starting the new year with setting an intention and living, unfortunately, very busy lives. Of course, a lot of that has to do with our own making, keeping our lives busy. But from a Buddhist perspective, we take on every day with intention. And so I would love to hear from you, Rinpoche, Genla, around how to hold an intention for a full year for some of us who still have professional careers and day jobs and have to perform certain objectives, starting in January and delivering at the end of December. How do you show up with intention daily, but also participating in the longer term need to follow through an intention that you take on for the year?
Yeah, very important question, which is more relevant for the new year. Before, there's a one quote by the Dalai Lama: every morning when you wake up, just practice compassion and like that. So, but through set up the proper intention for throughout the year, upcoming year, you have to have really good intention. So like that. So now the new year comes, and throughout the year, I am not going to collect non-virtues and negativities which cause for the trouble for yourself and the other self. You are not going to hurt everyone. And also, then sometimes we say as an impermanence, once every second is a new for me, new for us. If every second is a new for us, then of course every day is having a new life for you. Every second is gives you a new life. So you really have to appreciate for your life and whatever you have at the moment. So since as Khen Rinpoche mentioned, there is no determined for how that you can determine, now I am satisfied, now I can control my pride, now I can stop my superstition or everything. So the way to avoid or the relief from to avoid such of these pride and superstitions, then if you can apply the sense of this like appreciation for yourself, both for yourself and others, and then it helps us to improve your the respect, and also it improves your love and compassion. Then it helps to stop hurting others, and also helping yourself to improve then everything in the good way. I can maybe 사와텔라 아니 콜롱 칸데 지키고 예매 지나 딘데기 돈을 갑자기 지수 못
아니야. 뭐나 지금 있어. Yeah, for New Year's, the motivation is enough. We call always based upon the bodhicitta, altruistic mind. Thinking yourself, I'm physically healthy, mentally stable, financially doing well, and surrounded all good family, friends, society, everything I have. Now, my responsibility, my job is to help all those who being kind for me. Okay, so therefore, this year, especially 2024, forget if you have done something bad in the 2023, you just forget that. Don't apply. Just take regret you have done. Now here, today, this 2020, talking yourself again. If you make, what is your name? Andrea. Now, talking yourself. Yesterday, Andrea was very bad. Today she is very beautiful, very kind. That's it. Yesterday she was bad, but today she changed. She's kind. That's why you have to talk in yourself, change yourself. Always therefore this year, especially from today, the 2024 January 1st. When make this, I try to make myself, change myself. Usually I'm being selfish. Now I can more generous with others. Usually I am not very comfortable with others. Now you can make more comfortable living. Usually you don't love others. Now you learn how to, I can love because those are my mother being nuts. Something. So therefore, this year I have a great opportunity. As I told them, I'm physically healthy, mentally stable, financially stable, and country good freedom, have choices. Therefore, this life, then I'm going to make the life is very meaningful for myself the rest of the year and this year, and meaningful for all my family, friends, others. Therefore, mostly focus on try to keep with you always peace, love, compassion, altruism. That's very good. Watch always the enemy, not outside, enemy hiding in your heart. Now, what was the enemy? The worst enemy is the ego. The ego under the control, in the heart, on the Panjin Lamas told them that the ego heart starting very in the heart of the depth of the heart. With the circumstances pop out. Okay, so therefore always judge yourself, always just thinking yourself. You of course you love yourself. You don't like to suffer yourself. You don't like to no problem. The same other things. Everyone, even animal beings, omnivores, even the insect, those really don't like the mosquitoes. No, mosquitoes try to come bite us to eat, but because they love their life, want to be, don't have to be hungry. So they are according to their doing. So we human beings are very special. All human beings are not special. Mila Darpa said they were not. Milu didn't say the precious human lives are more rare than gold, but like you kira the 100 kira gombo dorjen, like you, the human beings are not rare, not rare, they're many. Now we talk about the human beings and 8 qualities. Now we are not born in hungry goes helping and in animal and long life God. We are not born like this. We are the Buddha not appeared. Buddha teaching doesn't exist, and society. So we are born as a human being, but good human being. Not as I told you, physically, mentally, verbally, everything perfect. Therefore, then the rest of the life, make this year 2024, I will make meaningful myself for myself, for my family, for my all sentient beings. Put all sentient beings first. Don't think that you are looking your own freedom, your own peace. Then you get peaceful. Then the result is gone. You live as I tell was self. What you do for self-concern activities are like a water in the cup full of water on the table. Okay, the cup full of water. If you sometimes you can spell it, you cannot something happen. So that your own concern, virtues, activities are like the cup full of water. The cup full of water, if you pour into the ocean, then until ocean night, your water there. The similar, all your virtue dedicate for the benefit of all sentient beings, then until you are not reach enlightenment, your virtue is always there. If you don't do the dedication, then something you get popped up, your anger, jealousy, pride, then destroy, then you have become empty hand, then you have to suffer. Therefore, always, if you really want intelligent, smart, just got your own body, speech, mind. That's your job. Always keep in mind what the mind is thinking, what the speech is talking, what the physical doing. That's three things not easy, Just in the morning, when you wake up, just don't go up to the coffee machine. Okay, just wake up. Oh, I'm lucky not die last night. Today, I'm going to make more effort because I'm not die. I think especially this day meaningful for myself, and this year for meaningful for myself, not for others. Then the rest of my life, I will use for the benefit of all sentient beings. Okay, then you go to bed. Go to bed. Okay, just think, if I die, I don't have any attachment, any things. But everything I just offer my guru, my society. I'm just ready to go right now. Then again, morning wake up. I'm not dying. Wonderful. I can enjoy now with my parents, with my family, with my society. I can share my peace, my love with others. Okay? That's why, as I told, how to live the rest of this year with peace and love. Always start to smile. Okay, don't get angry. If you get angry, go to in the bathroom, look in the mirror. How you look, Patsy looks peaceful, calm, not, and a tear coming. Now, mine is not real there. Face turn red. If you're peaceful, look in the mirror. You're very smile, sweet, looking comfortable, peaceful, joyful soul. That's why you always judge yourself, not judge the others. Okay? Therefore, then as now, we say the Buddha. I will stop here. Now. Buddha said the last word before he pass away. Don't do at all any sinful action. Yawa punzum sobar jalo. Yawa punzum so virtuous deeds do very marvelous virtuous deeds. Then what you do, doing that one, try to subdue your own mind. Rangi sendi yong to do. Then that is the Buddha's teaching. Do you know the Buddha teaching too? One was verbal teaching and what could it? Wisdom. Okay, Lung talk about realization, so that you are trying to keep support the teaching, the truth, the scripture, and inside the realization. Okay, that's why. Then I want to say, hopefully, then next year 2025, we have chances. I can hear how are you doing. I can hear through someone. Okay, so then if you do very well, I'll be very happy. If you're not doing that, if you don't want to do, just blame me. Okay, don't blame yourself. Blame me. Rinpoche, this did wrong for me. I want to be peaceful. Okay. Don't blame others. Just blame me and enjoy yourself. Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now the time is over, and Rinpoche would like to recite the prayer for the dedication for our collected virtues through this session. Sanjo Rinpoche, Make Panam, Keju, Keba Nyamba Neba, Kone Konto, Sanjo Rinpoche, Make Panam, Keju, Keba Nyamba Neba, Kone Konto, Pewa Sho, Sanjo Rinpoche, Make Panam, Keju, Keba Nyamba Neba, Kone Konto, Pewa Sho. Chidara Kemba, Kondo Sambo Deya Dishin, Deda Kungi Jesu Talo, Gawa Deda Tamche Rabdo, Tisum Shepe Gawa Tamche, Mawa Kala Chodo Ngapa, Ashin Geve Zawa Dikun, Sambo Cheche Rabdo, Mawa Ki, Machi, Tamba, Jawa Denda Lame Ti, Gawa Deya Dua Malu, Sinye Tamba Zimbe Guru Mo. Kari Rave Korve Shingam Panda Dewa Maluchu Tere Zingwa Tenzin Dasel Sabe Side Padu thank you Chi
And we would just like to recite.
Napa Koshade Chupin Chawa Panyame Rivo Kenda Chokundu Tashi thank you Chi.
And we'd like to recite Khenzo Rinpoche's long life prayer. If you just have
Okay,
2
sure.
minutes, we can
Yes, we
ask
have.
Janet to put it up on the screen, please.
Yes.
A long life prayer for Kachin Khenzo Rinpoche Lobsang Seten. I offer prostrations and prayers with single-minded faith to the gurus whose kindness is unequaled and who, with skillful means and without an instant's rest, reveal to living beings so illusory the path of benefit and happiness, without moving from the sphere of dependent arising and the elimination of elaborations, having gone to bliss by the path of valid cognition in incontrovertible dependent arising. To the Buddhas, deities, personal deities, Vajradhara and the rest, to the lords of the 3 lineages, protectors, and to the assembly of great heroes and dakinis. O compassionate supreme beings, please bestow on me good fortune. May you be victorious, O supreme noble being, Avalokiteshvara, deeply kind master, destined to be the deity of the land of snow's beings, just as prophesied by Amitabha, the teacher Buddha, epitome of the 4 bodies and so on, who, having upheld and tamed Tibet, expanded the power and influence of the Tibetan teachings and government with the activities of a Dharma king, an ancestral king, and the like, and increased the human population and brought them together with material goods and teachings. Though after long Dharma decline, obstacles and hindrances arose, you again performed unsurpassable kindnesses here in Tibet, increasing the opportunities during the perilous time when Tibet became like a hell on earth due to the occupation of the Red Chinese. Because of the kindness of protector Avalokiteshvara, the supreme 14th protector, religion and government could breathe a sigh of relief. When one searches for the object imputed, there is no essence, just as it is with the plantain tree. Yet due to the dependent arising of causes and conditions, there is the tragedy of this great threat to the sage's teaching, root of happiness for the land of snow and all beings, our mothers. For as long, I'm sorry, it's a little bit confused.
I for the
I pray for the long life of the king of the victorious ones, the supreme protector who brings well-being to all living beings, to the teaching and especially to Tibet through his unequaled courage and altruistic spirit of enlightenment, which are equaled in measure to all the troubles. I pray for the long life of all those who uphold the teaching, who do so without bias and who take responsibility for its increase and preservation by first understanding the victorious one's teachings in general, and in particular the Tibetan teachings of the Yellow Hats to be the root of all beings' happiness, and then by practicing and explaining them. In particular, I pray for the one Who knows all the scriptures with the power of his intelligence to have a long life through the solid strength of his mind and his mastery of life, in order to benefit the teachings and all beings with his good, wholehearted resolve. In general, the disappearance of the supreme protector of all beings and the teaching draws near. In particular, the land of snow's teachings and government are in crisis. It is a bodhisattva deed to uphold the teaching and work for the benefit of all beings by wholeheartedly assuming the responsibility of the thought to help them. Therefore, in this time of great peril in the degenerate age, I pray for you to have a long life wherein you have considered the general and the particular with a special altruistic spirit, perseverance, patience, and discernment, and in accord with the magnificent thought of the snowy region's protector. May it be virtuous.
Okay, thank you so much for everyone, and I wish you a very happy New Year 2024, and I pray and wish you for your happiness, healthy, and hope this whole year brings you a peace and longevity and a healthy life and a lot of prosperity.
And we do the same for you, Palden Sangay Rinpoche, for your long life, happiness, and health, and may all your holy, noble aspirations come to be to support the Dharma.
And yeah, and I would like to request everyone that now we all have received a great, profound teachings and advice from the most respected Khen Rinpoche. So please follow what he has given the guidance for the whole this new year. And he also would like to extend his warm greetings for the new year, all of you. Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much,
Thank you.
Rinpoche. Thank you for your
Okay,
precious.
thank you. Yeah,
Be
thank you.
well.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, bye-bye, everyone. Bye.
And thank everybody who attended, who's still online. On behalf of Tashi, Gatsel, Ling, we're very grateful for everyone who was able to join and receive this amazing blessing and opportunity. Wishing everybody a happy, happy new year, 2024, and just day by day, just break it down into the practice day by day. That's all we have is the new 24 hours. Here's January 1st, just new 24 hours today. And each day just is the fresh moment, as Rinpoche said, to keep our awareness that our moment by moment, our precious life is running towards the next life. We don't know what that will be. So just try to keep the view in the containing of our immediate life in the forefront of our mind and our heart, so that it feels manageable, that we don't project out too much into the future, so that we lose the present just day by day, just step by step. That's the best way to carry on. And it makes it bite-size instead of overwhelm. Thank you to the board of directors of Tashi, Gatsel, Ling, and to Janet for hosting the Zoom session. And very happy that everybody could be here together through this connection from wherever we all are throughout this world. And also from my own heart, wish for all of you to have the most benefit of your practice for yourself, for the Dharma, and for all the beings that you come into contact with. May the benefits be inconceivable. Mm-hmm. Aloha.
Thank you. Happy New Year.
Thank you so much. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Thank you for this.
Thank
Happy
you.
New Year.